the 8th night of protests and unrest start here in front of the Parliament building in Tbilisi, the capital of Georgia. Last night was more or less peaceful, no clashes between the police. And now we see what happens every night now for the last 8 days. The protesters come from the sidewalk at the Parliament building and start blocking traffic. And not that many people compared to yesterday. I estimate somewhere around 40 to 50,000 yesterday. Of course, I'm not a professional accounting, but a lot of people down this whole road. Now, of course, as many know, if you've watched my reports and seen my blogs, this unrest started 8 days ago after the ruling party, PM, from the Georgian Dream political party, who been in power for the last 12 years, announced that Georgia was somewhat moving away from accession talks to Georgia and suspending them, accession talks to the EU and suspending them until 2028. And this caused the opposition parties to help organize protests, which turned quickly into violent protests for 6 days. And a lot of people shown up. What I noticed last night, mainly young people. I would say between the vast majority between 15 and 25 years old. Virtually no older people, very, very, very few. But a lot of young people. And Maria Zakharova, the spokesman for the Minister of Foreign Affairs, yesterday said that Russia is going as far as Tbilisi is, as far as restoring relations or creating relations between Georgia and Russia. Other members of the Russian government, including Dmitry Medvedev, has said that this is a revolution that is destined to fail, in his words. But we're here on the ground to show you exactly what the situation is. We're in front of the Parliament building, right next to the group of protesters. We can take a walk through. And these protesters, as I said, have just closed the main street here in the center of the city. And this is how it started last night, and as we understand, every night for the last 8 days. As we said yesterday, stayed peaceful as far as no violence that we saw anyway. And hopefully tonight it stays peaceful as well. But yesterday was somewhat civil protest. It was the first night of civil protest. On both sides, the protesters and the police. A few firecrackers here and there, but nothing really big. So we're here on the ground. We're going to be showing you in this report what's happening here and hopefully find out what's going to happen. But today's Thursday, just after 7 o'clock in the evening. We were here yesterday from 7 until 3 in the morning. As you can see, no shortage of EU flags and Georgian flags, and quite a few Ukrainian flags as well. As we said, we saw many young people on the ground here yesterday, but also saw some soldiers that were clearly veterans of the Georgian Foreign Legion, or the Georgian Legion, excuse me, that fought in Ukraine, as some of them were injured. So, we're here on the ground. Police are starting to make a presence here on each side of the Parliament, as they did last night, as I understand, every night. Here, every night before last night for 6 days, this is where they started coming down with the water cannons on both sides of the Parliament building. And they make the line here. So, and also the riot police post up on, you could say, the porch of the Parliament building on both sides of the main entrance. So we're going to show you what's happening here on the ground and bring you all the information as it comes. We're here to show you the unfiltered facts, what's really happening here. Please like, share, subscribe, and right now head down to the link in the pinned comments or the description or even on the screen and subscribe to my Substack. I've only put out one report here on YouTube for this unrest and protest here so far, but I put 3 out on Substack. So if you want to get the most out of my reporting, go subscribe on Substack and let's show the world together what's happening. And if you want to just straight up support my work, you can go click the other link and support my work there. So let's show the world together. What are you saying now? So what's happening right now is here's a man in the red who is somewhat against the protesters. As you can say, I don't understand the full thing of what he's saying because he's speaking a different language, of course. But I can tell by the actions of the protesters and him that he is not happy with what the protesters doing here. First one I've seen that's been against what's happening here. But I can't get too close to film. I'm trying to get him off to the side, but I don't want to antagonize the crowd even more, put myself in danger. But definitely I'm going to try to get his point of view. Excuse me, are you from England?
I'm not, I'm Georgian.
Why do you have the English flag?
We like.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love your country, I love your people.
Alright, so is it not 100% clear what that man was saying, but it seemed clear enough that he was voicing an opinion against what the protesters were doing here. He said something about America, but of course I don't speak the language, so I can't say exactly what he was saying. But one thing that was interesting to see the calm reaction from the protesters, no violence against him for voicing a different opinion. So that was, I could say, a bit surprising with what I've heard over the last week about the violence that had been going on here. So nice to see. Much more people here than yesterday at this time, you could say. Just after 9:30 in the evening, considerably more people here than there was at 9:30 last night. Last night stayed calm. We'll have to see how today turns out. You see people already at the main entrance to the Parliament building, banging with rocks and fists and shoes, feet. We've seen a few rocks thrown at police, nothing big, mainly kids doing it. But again tonight, wow, look at this. Wow, that's the verse. We didn't see that last night. So, mainly kids, younger people banging on the entrance and throwing the rocks. Again, we see in the crowd, mostly young people. I would say the majority fall between 15 and 25, maybe 30. Showing you what we see, and everything we see, you see on the camera as well. So we're going to continue on showing you what the real situation is. Might try to get up in a drone above the city and see what's happening from a bird's eye view, but it's quite a risk. So let's keep going, seeing where this night of these protests lead. Intensify a bit here on the ground. We see more people at the event tonight than we did in last night's protest, but we're going to keep showing you what the situation is. We're wrapping this report up for now. We're going to get this out to you so you get the real information as it comes. There will be another second report coming very soon. So please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to my Substack and support our work with the link on the screen or in the description. We're out.